Hi, um, my name is Christina, and I'm going to be introducing myself and my, idea for what I'm going to be doing with my YouTube account, because it's been kind of crazy until now, and I think I have a good idea what to put onto YouTube. So, I don't know if you can tell by what's on my channel, but I am finishing up my last year of pharmacy school, and I know that people have questions all the time. Now, unfortunately, I don't want to get in trouble, so I can't really give any recommendations or counseling on actual medications, technically, unless I'm under the supervision of a licensed pharmacist, which right now I'm not. But I can give you advice on simple matters uh, like what's the difference between this medication, and how it works. But I can't tell you how it'll work for you or what you should do besides telling you to go see your doctor. But, for instance, the first thing that I wanted to talk about is an issue which isn't really related to medications directly, but it is related to how it affects your personal medication care, whatever you want to call it. And today, what I'm going to talk about to start off this whole thing is polypharmacy. That's the technical term for it. What polypharmacy means is when a person goes around and gets their prescriptions filled at multiple pharmacies. Usually this is because there's deals for generic prescriptions for this much, or there's free antibiotics. Like, there's all different reasons that people go to different pharmacies. It can even be for convenience, like, oh, I normally go to my local mom and pop pharmacy, but I'm away from home, so I'm going to use a CVS because it's just right here. That's it's really not a good idea to do it, because if you get your prescriptions filled all over the place, your pharmacist at that time is not going to be able to tell if there's any interactions between any medications. Now, this isn't saying between, like, a Rite Aid over here and a Rite Aid over in the next town over, because chain store pharmacies have a central system, and so it should pick up the other medications that you get filled in their system. But if you're going from CVS to Rite Aid to Walgreens, because if you transfer it here, you get $25 gift certificates or coupons off. And now if you transfer a new prescription to this other chain store, we'll give you a $25 gift certificate. Those, I really dislike them because they're business schemes, and they really don't do anything for the care of the patient. They make it worse. So say your doctor gives you a prescription for cephalexin or Keflex, and let's say that you have an allergy to penicillin, and you normally get your prescriptions filled at your local CVS. But for whatever reason, whether it be the coupon issue or for convenience sake, you go to like the Rite Aid down the street. If you're in a rush and it's busy there, as it is at a lot of chain store pharmacies at certain times of the day, they'll just take your prescription. They might ask for your name, address, and insurance card, and forget to ask you if you have any allergies. They should ask you, but not everybody. Like, everybody makes mistakes. No one is perfect, and it's not always the pharmacist that's taking your prescription. So if they forget to ask you that, there is a possibility that you might be allergic to that too. It's a low percentage, but it does happen. It's found that people who have or allergic reaction to penicillin can also sometimes have a reaction to the class of medications that Keflex belongs to. And so if they forget to ask you for your allergies and you don't normally go there and you don't think to tell them, and you've never had Keflex before, there's a possibility that you might have a allergic reaction to that too, which could have been prevented if you went to your normal pharmacy that you go to, because they would have flagged it at the pharmacy. They would have seen that you had an allergy to penicillin in there, and immediately upon putting it in, before you even print it out, it should come up for the pharmacist to look at it, and the pharmacist would then, either if you're still there, actually talk to you and ask you if you've had it before. He might call the doctor. There's a couple of different things he can do to kind of make sure that it's what's really supposed to be filled. That's just one example that of why polypharmacy is bad. And there's a lot more that happen all the time, and it's really, really not good. Like, the one thing I always tell people when I'm at work in my pharmacy is, I don't care which drugstore you go to. I don't care if it's here. I don't care if it's a different chain store. I don't care if you go to a grocery store, mom and pop pharmacy. Wherever you go, though, stay there. You stick with that single pharmacy, because then all your drug interactions, all your allergy interactions, they should pick up on it, and they should know. Some places can even do disease state interactions, which it can make a huge difference. So there's a lot of different reasons why you should stick to one pharmacy, and that's a huge issue, and a lot of the times it's based on the fact that the economy is bad and people are looking for any excuse or any way to make it cheaper for them to buy their prescriptions, because prescriptions are not cheap unless you have a very good insurance plan, and not a lot of people have insurance these days. There's a lot of reasons that people don't have insurance, and so they look for the cheapest way possible, which I can't blame you. I do it myself, look for the cheapest way possible, but I also know that staying with one pharmacy is very, very important. And so that's just like an example of a question or concern that I would answer. It's not really related to drugs itself, because I can't really give advice or counseling on specific drugs and how they work with you personally, but I can give advice on basic issues like that, or like differences between over-the-counter medications. Like, for instance, what's the difference between Tylenol and Advil? Things like that. And I can't, but unfortunately for this next fiscal year, I can't give advice on specific things and how they relate to you. But if you have any general questions like that, just ask me. Either message me, leave me a video response, leave me a comment, and if it's too specific, I'll let you know that I can't legally answer that. But I will tell you if you should see your doctor versus, go ask your local pharmacist. And another thing is, people think like they actually have to be in the pharmacy. No, you don't. Just give them a call. You don't have to be in the pharmacy to ask the pharmacist a question. So if you ask me a question that's too specific and I can't answer it because I'm not a pharmacist yet, I'll tell you where you can get the answer to the question. And I'm going to put a little disclaimer on here that's seen on lots of herbals and vitamins. The FDA has not approved me to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any problems. I'm just here to offer advice. So, just anything you got, just throw at me and I'll see if I can help you. Okay, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.